Nostradamus, the man whose prophecies refused to die. Few historical figures have captured the public imagination as powerfully as Nostradamus. More than 4 centuries after his death, his name remains synonymous with prophecy, mystery, and predictions of the future. Books about him continue to sell around the world, documentaries regularly revisit his life, and every major global event seems to inspire renewed interest in his writings. But who was Nostradamus, and why do his prophecies continue to fascinate people in the modern age? Born Michel de Nostradame in 1503 in Saint-Rémy-de-Provence, France, Nostradamus lived during a period of enormous social and political change. Europe was experiencing the Renaissance, a time of intellectual and cultural revival. At the same time, wars, religious conflicts, and devastating outbreaks of disease created widespread uncertainty. In such an environment, people often looked for signs that might reveal what the future held. Nostradamus initially trained as a physician. During his career, he gained a reputation for treating victims of plague, one of the most feared diseases of the era. Although medical knowledge was limited by modern standards, his willingness to experiment with different methods earned him respect among some of his contemporaries. Yet it was not medicine that would secure his place in history. Instead, it was his fascination with astrology and prophecy. In 1555, Nostradamus published the first edition of a work that would make him famous, Les Prophéties, the Prophecies. This collection consisted of hundreds of 4-line poems known as quatrains. Written in a mixture of French, Latin, Greek, and other linguistic influences, the verses were often obscure and difficult to interpret. Rather than providing clear predictions, they described symbolic scenes, mysterious figures, and dramatic events. One reason for the enduring popularity of Nostradamus is the ambiguity of his writing. His quatrains are so vague that readers often find meanings that seem relevant to their own times. Following significant historical events, supporters frequently claim that Nostradamus predicted them centuries earlier. Among the events most commonly associated with his prophecies are the rise of dictators, major wars, natural disasters, and even technological developments. Perhaps the most famous example concerns the death of King Henry II of France. One quatrain describes a young lion overcoming an older lion in combat, resulting in a fatal wound to the eye. In 1559, Henry II died after a jousting accident in which a lance splintered and pierced his eye. Many believers argue that this event closely matches Nostradamus's prediction. Skeptics, however, point out that the wording is sufficiently general to fit numerous possible scenarios. The debate surrounding Nostradamus highlights an important aspect of human psychology. People naturally seek patterns and connections, particularly during times of uncertainty. When a dramatic event occurs, it is tempting to search the past for clues that seem to explain it. This tendency, known as retrospective interpretation, often leads individuals to view vague statements as remarkably accurate predictions after the fact. Modern scholars generally approach Nostradamus with caution. Historians emphasize that many of his prophecies lack precise dates, locations, or names. Furthermore, translations and interpretations vary widely, making definitive conclusions difficult. Some researchers suggest that Nostradamus was less interested in predicting specific future events than in reflecting the fears and expectations of his own age. His writings may therefore reveal as much about 16th-century Europe as they do about any supposed vision of the future. Despite these criticisms, Nostradamus remains a cultural phenomenon. His influence can be seen in literature, television programs, films, and online discussions. Every year, countless articles appear claiming that one of his quatrains predicts an upcoming disaster, political change, or scientific breakthrough. While most of these claims are highly speculative, they demonstrate the enduring power of mystery in human culture. Perhaps the true significance of Nostradamus lies not in whether his prophecies are accurate, but in what they reveal about us. His continued popularity suggests that people are deeply curious about the future and eager to understand events that seem beyond their control. In a world shaped by rapid technological advances, geopolitical tensions, and environmental challenges, the desire to glimpse tomorrow remains as strong as ever. More than 450 years after the publication of the Prophecies, Nostradamus continues to stand at the crossroads of history, legend, and popular imagination. Whether viewed as a visionary prophet, a clever writer, or simply a fascinating historical figure, he remains one of the most discussed and enigmatic personalities the world has ever known.